Well, the latest is it's got a little bit of a shift to the east from the previous track that we saw yesterday that kind of shifted the whole thing to the west. It still looks like we could see some impacts from the storm. We're going to talk about that, of course, throughout the morning and throughout the day and tomorrow as well. Here's a quick look at it on the satellite picture. We'll get back to this in just a moment, but I do want to show you that we're looking at a number of watches and warnings for our area. First of all, a hurricane warning has been issued for all of the Treasure Coast and coastal Palm Beach County and all the waters right along the coast in our viewing area. That means that hurricane conditions are possible within the next 36 hours, and I'm going to limit that a little bit more to the next 24 hours. Hurricane conditions are possible. Category 1. Hurricane conditions. Also, a tropical storm warning in effect for Okeechobee County, Lake Okeechobee inland, Palm Beach County. A hurricane watch remains in effect. That means hurricane conditions are possible within the next 48 hours for inland Palm Beach County. Let's get back to that satellite picture now, and I'll show you what's going on. We've got the center of the storm right in this area right here. There's not really a visible eye right now because there's cloud cover covering the eye. We can see it on some of the Bahama radars with the eye right in this area here, but it's difficult to see. You'll also notice there's a lot of displacement with the cloud cover over to the eastern side of the storm, whereas on the western side of the storm, there's not a whole lot going on over here. And this is potentially the side of the storm that we could be on. That would mean that we would see more of a wind event rather than a rain event as this moves to the north. So here are the spaghetti models, a pretty big split here, and we'll come back to these models later this half hour. Let's get to the latest track from the Hurricane Center. Winds at 85 miles per hour, so it's a strong Category 1 storm, moving northwest at 12 miles per hour, expected to maintain this strength, but maybe lose a little strength as it gets closer to Florida due to wind shear and some drier air that's trying to force its way into the storm. You'll see the track is, if you've been following along, just a little farther off the coast, the center of the track here. Now, it still could wobble all the way over to the west here or even over to the east, but if it stays right along the coast, we'll still see gusty winds overnight tonight into tomorrow morning, some bands of rain, but it's better for us if it stays right off the coast there instead of course moving on shore and then it makes its way up toward the Carolinas. Let's talk more about what's going on with rainfall this morning with meteorologist Katya Hall.
All right, good morning, Glenn. So here's a look at our satellite and radar. Even though that storm is sitting offshore, we're still picking up on some rain out there. So as you take a look at Jupiter, you've got some rain working its way through your area, Singer Island, going into the acreage right now. Just some lighter rainfall here and there and some bigger downpours along 95 right now. As I zoom you out, you can see some of the heaviest rain working its way across inland Palm Beach County. This pushing towards Belle Glade. Could end up there around 5:20 this morning. Canal Point for you around 5:31 this morning. Here's a look at those current wind speeds picking up in Stuart at 25 miles per hour. And as Glenn was talking about, we'll be seeing those winds at about 15 to 25 miles per hour throughout the late afternoon through the early evening hours. Then as we head into overnight tonight, as that storm approaches, we'll start to see those winds pick up to 20 to 30 miles per hour. And notice the highest winds across the coastal communities and then pushing up north as we head into tomorrow morning, and then late afternoon we'll start to see things taper off a little bit, but still could be breezy as we head into even tomorrow evening. But again, the worst I think of the winds is going to be tonight through tomorrow morning, and then we start to see things die down a little bit.